Tonight we're getting a little country and we're talking about Tim McGraw.
We're also talking about the girl who wrote a song called Tim McGraw that kickstarted her huge pop career.
OMG. We're talking about my girl, the one, the only, Taylor Swift.
We are, but there's no bad blood here because we only do things delicately and in style. This is The Blurb.
Taylor Swift, and you got it, more Taylor Swift.
And a little bit of Beyonce, Jay-Z, and The Bachelor, too.
Hello, and welcome to The Blurb. I'm a leprechaun, Macy Kittleberger.
And I'm the one who's actually Irish, Clay O'Neill.
Well, sad news today. Zayn Malik and Gigi Hadid have called it quits. After dating for more than 2 years, the power couple confirmed today on their Twitter accounts of the split. Zayn said he respects and adores Gigi, while she said she is forever grateful for the love, time, and life lessons they shared. It's good to see that there is no bad blood between the two, and we wish them the best in their new single lives. But I am still a little heartbroken over this. And it looks like Hermione has brewed up a potion for love. Emma Watson and Glee star Cord Overstreet were seen holding hands this past Thursday. They have seemed to make their relationship official after speculation of the two dating a month prior. Emma split with her former boyfriend William Knight last year after almost 2 years of dating. The two are keeping it casual and trying to keep their love lives out of the spotlight.
And there's no question that former Bachelor Ari has received some hate for his decision to break it off with his fiancée Becca for the runner-up of the show. Now, most of this hatred is from fans, but one of the girls on the show even called him out. The well-known 22-year-old nanny Becca has been loved on the show for her strength and brutal honesty. And after the final rose was over, Ari DM'd Becca about her mother reporting her as missing. Becca then called him out for DMing his ex and then went on to state that he was probably being friendly, but she just didn't care. It looks like Ari can't win no matter what he does. And speaking of the former Bachelor, Ari may be banned from ever entering the state of Minnesota again. For those who don't know, Minnesota is the homeland where his ex-fiancée Becca lives. Ari broke it off with Becca a few weeks after the show ended to go and be with his new fiancée, or the runner-up of the show, Lauren. Becca left in heartbreak and the people became infuriated. A representative from Minnesota, Drew Christensen, drafted a bill to ban Ari from entering the state. After the Final Rose episode was aired, the tweet was sent where Drew promised to ban Ari if he got 1,000 retweets. Well, sadly for Ari, within 2 days of the petition being released, 11,000 retweets were added onto the tweet and is now in the process of being banned from entering Minnesota. Ari shows us once again that he just shouldn't have lied about his feelings.
Sally Fields' hard work at matchmaking has paid off. Well, almost. The 71-year-old actress's son, Sam Griezmann, met Adam Riepman in person. Fields has publicly voiced her desire for the Olympic figure skater to date her son. The two posed at the Human Rights Campaign's Los Angeles dinner and auction. Griezmann made sure to give a nod to his mom when posting the pic, saying, quote, "Thanks, Mom." And after the break, we are talking iHeart Music Radio Music Awards.
And T-Swift dropped a new music video that Macy's pretty excited about. We have the details after the break.
Every one of us has a voice, and every voice has the power to shape the world. Ours is no different. Our voice is 85 years in the making, a voice that's more than 700 students strong, one of the largest in the nation. It's 10 different award-winning media partners sharing 34 outlets, all working united toward a common goal. Our voice reaches 30,000 households on TV, over 22,000 magazine readers per year, 500,000 newspapers, feature films in stores nationwide. Our voice is pride in what we do. It empowers students, emerging professionals, to ask tough questions and demand answers. We believe in our voice. We believe in its ability to change the world. And our voice makes us who we are.
The music gods have graced us. Jay-Z and Beyonce are going on tour together once again. The On the Run 2 stadium tour will be kicking off in Cardiff, United Kingdom, June 6th. The international stops will consist of 15 cities across Europe and the UK. The North American leg of the tour will be kicking off right here in Cleveland this July. And country star Tim McGraw had to cut his set short this weekend after collapsing on stage in Dublin. The star suffered from dehydration at the Country to Country Festival. After 20 minutes, Faith Hill, or aka McGraw's wife, she came out on stage to inform concertgoers that he was done for the night. The show was the first stop of the 3 for the festival.
And the iHeartRadio Music Awards took place this past weekend. It was a huge night for artists Cardi B, Ed Sheeran, and Taylor Swift. Ed won Song of the Year for Shape of You, as well as Male Artist of the Year. Cardi B took home Best New Artist, and T Swift won Female Artist of the Year. Swift also premiered her new music video for her song Delicate. And speaking of Taylor's new music video, our music expert Dana is here to tell you all about it. Take it away, Dana.
Thanks, guys. Calling all Swifties. How many of you watched Taylor Swift's new video for Delicate during iHeartRadio's Awards Sunday night? If you haven't seen it, it's a must-watch. As most of us know, Swift's reputation has been suffering the last year or so, and this video has everything to say about how she's been dealing with it. Since its premiere just 2 days ago, fans have been blowing up social media with conspiracies about the meaning behind this video. Basically, Taylor finds a magical piece of paper that makes her invisible to the world. So what does she do? Dance like no one's watching, of course. Throughout the video, Swift frolics through the streets before sashaying into a bar where her 8th famous boyfriend, Joe Allen, is said to be sitting at the 8th bar stool waiting for her. Finally, everyone in the room can see her, but clearly she can't take her eyes off him. As always, Taylor Swift looks to be having the time of her life, despite what the crowd thinks. Some advice that maybe we should all take. Again, if you haven't seen the video, you gotta check it out. Speaking of Taylor Swift, she did have a big night at the iHeartRadio Music Awards, and even though she wasn't there to accept her award, many stars came and accepted theirs in style. Our fashion expert Amanda is joined with some special guests to review some of the looks from that night. Take it away, Amanda.
Thanks, Dana. This week we're going to take in a few of the iHeartRadio Awards red carpet looks from the weekend. That's right, to help me once again is our hosts, Macy and Clay. So first up, we're going to take a look at Paris Hilton and her fiance, Chris Silka. What do you guys think about this couple's look?
Well, first off, I really like Paris Hilton's dress. I used to think of her as kind of like a washed-up celebrity, you know, just someone you shouldn't be a fan of, but I think after seeing this, I'm a huge fan of her again.
And I think, like, I am a really big fan of the dress as well. I think it really looks good on her, and I think a lot of couples like to always coordinate their outfits and things like that, but I really like how they kind of contrasted each other. It really looks good together.
For sure. I definitely like his look a lot. I just think her look is, like, I'm definitely glad, like, it's, like, not, like, really trashy or anything crazy, but, like, I just wish it was a little, like, more mature, a little less, like, cutesy. Like, it really feels like a high school-y kind of dress to me, just, like, all the hearts embroidered on it, and that flouncy, like, big, like, skirt. I just feel like it's a little too juvenile for her age. Not that like she needs to be wearing like a muumuu or something. She's not like old, but like I just don't think that this is just like her look. Like it's definitely, it could have been worse, but it is not great by any means if you ask me.
I feel like when I think of Paris Hilton though, I think of like pink and this and like really
True.
girly type stuff.
True.
So I feel like it kind of
It
fits
fits her.
her, but I get what you're saying about like the age.
For sure. So next up we have Halsey in this jungle inspired look. What do you guys think?
Well, I hate it, so I just really, she's a cool person, she's a cool girl, and of all things, she picks this to wear.
It just is, it's not cute. Like I feel like, I just don't like it.
It's rough. It looks like a really trashy like bathing suit maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Like when I first looked at it, I was like, wow, Pebbles and Bam Bam hit puberty and it's not going great. Like, it's not good. And I feel like it's the second, like I said earlier, it's the second year in a row she's worn some big ugly belt thing, just like in a weird placement. Like it's never where a belt should be. This time it's just like right in the middle of her skirt. Last year it was right over as her top. I don't know what her deal is with these big ugly belts, but like, girl needs to cut it out. Like she can afford to take risks. Like girl is like fashionable, but like this is not it. Like
I'm giving her the award for worst look of the night.
I feel like I really wasted my time wearing her lipstick tonight. Like this is Halsey for Mac and I feel upset. All right, so next up we have country singer Dustin Lynch. What do you guys think of him?
You know, I really like it. I didn't know he was a country singer, to be honest, so I think I like that because I don't see the country like, you know, typical hat. You know, he's still wearing his cowboy boots, but you know, I like the white pants. I like the jacket. I just like it.
I really like how the white like embroideries on the jacket like pop really well with the white underneath.
Yeah.
I mean, the white on the white I could do without, but the jacket really, I think, helps with that.
Yeah, I really love his jacket. I think the embroidery is beautiful. I think it's like something interesting to look at. Something like, I feel like normally when I see a country singer, I just expect like the least. Like I expect like cowboy boots and a cowboy hat and like some like a bolo tie. Like I expect something not cute. And this is actually really cool and interesting. Like I just feel like as a like a male country artist, like I would just like let him slide with pretty much anything. But I'm like really happy that he like went with something really fun and funky. And I like that he still has his like cowboy boots on, so he's like still paying his homage to his roots, you know. It's just like a fun look, and it definitely is cool. It makes country look cool.
Right.
Yes.
Makes you want to listen to it.
Yeah, for sure. Finally, what do you guys think of Sarah Hyland's little black dress?
I love it. I think the sequins and like the little bit of leather, you never think that those are two things that you're going to put together, but I think that on this dress together, it just looks really good on her, and the shape of the dress flatters her well. It just, yeah, she looks phenomenal.
I like the V cut. It's pretty deep V, but it still looks classy, which I feel like some people struggle with when they go that low, you know?
Yeah.
So I commend her for that.
This was one of my favorite looks of the night. I really like the shoulders are very strong, but it's still a very feminine cut. It's a nice mix of both. I like the way she's mixing the metallics of like the glittery of the dress, kind of in with the silver of the metallics, kind of picking up more of the sparkle in the dress. I think overall it's just a really well styled look, and her face, I mean, her makeup looks great. Her hair looks great.
Like the
head
nude
to toe.
lip, everything just comes together perfectly.
For sure, head to toe, she had it like on point tonight, which she can barely ever do wrong. So I guess we're
true story.
True. Love her.
I'm just happy out of a night of many bad looks on this red carpet, she pulled it out with a good one.
The winner.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. And when we return, the Blurb on the Street crew went out for Fake Patty's Day. Plus, our Alina went out to try a new workout trend. You won't want to miss it.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
St. Patrick's Day is this weekend, and being Kent, we can't just celebrate it once.
This past Saturday, our Blurb on the Street crew went out for Fake Patty's Day just to see how much people knew actually about the holiday. So check it out.
So who is St. Patrick?
A saint, and his name is Patrick.
That is actually the most correct answer.
Hey, bitch, what the f*** is up, bitch? Get him on, bitch. Hey, what the f***? Oh, I'm sorry, I was just trying to get your picture.
So you are correct with that answer.
Wait, if St. Patrick was like a student here, what would he be like?
I think he'd be a fine arts major, and I think he'd be a sculpture, like, focus. I honestly think that.
So he'd be like a muse?
Truly, yes.
That's so devoted and deep. Oh, Brad Rushling. That's lovely. Thank you so much,
You're
Brad.
welcome.
Brad, do you have a fake Patty's dance?
I don't dance.
Can you, honey, show me something? Okay, that was great. That was great. That was great.
So, this is a day we all celebrate. We wear the colors, but tell me, do you guys really know what St. Patrick's Day is? Or are you guys just followers that just celebrate a holiday?
Irish.
It's something about the Irish.
Yeah, it's the Irish. It's like
Irish
St. Patrick.
It's St. Patrick. Like he's a saint.
No, his name is St. Patrick. Yeah, he was a saint.
Yeah.
Those are all wrong. He was an apostle in Ireland that used to spread good peace and love, and he was killed by wolves.
Drunk on Patty's Day. Awesome.
Hey, go Jesus.
Okay.
And Daniel, what's your role here?
I am the risk management. Basically just ensuring that we have a quality party, that everyone shows up, has a good time, doesn't get too messed up, and enjoys things.
Would you consider yourself like a hero?
No. What?
No?
I'm babysitting drunks. That's not hero work. This is a bunch of kids running around with daddy's money having a good afternoon. There's nothing it's not hero work, but I mean, something needs to be done.
Daniel, you're one great young man, let me tell you.
Here's a shocking conspiracy for you. I had to look this up on the deep webs. Is green the actual color of St. Patrick's Day?
No, I don't think it is. I think it's another color.
I feel like it's orange. Orange is red, maybe?
Blue.
Irish flags, yellow or white, green, orange is red, maybe?
I got orange nails for this.
You guys are wrong. It's actually blue.
I said blue. I said blue first.
No, that's the
I
last
totally
color.
said blue
No,
first.
that's
When I was looking up sweatshirts, they were all in blue.
She didn't say blue.
You guys lost the game and you disgraced the holiday, so now you gotta do a dance. Dance! Dance! Come on! Do it!
Well, you know, I didn't get the pleasure of witnessing all the craziness of fake patties because I went home this weekend, so seeing that was enough for me.
I mean, I don't understand why they didn't know what it was about. You would think that people that early in the morning on a Saturday, who knows what they were doing,
They should
would
have done
know.
their research, you know?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
You would think that they would know what
You
they
would
were
think.
saying, doing, have all the insight if they're going to celebrate a holiday.
Right. But
Well,
I
we
guess
love the
not.
blurb on the streets, so. Well, a galaxy from far, far away is coming to the small screen. Star Wars is officially getting a TV show. Lucasfilm announced Jon Favreau will write the live-action series for Disney's new streaming platform. A premiere date for the untitled Star Wars series has yet to be announced. And the force is strong with Mark Hamill. The Star Wars actor has finally received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hamill is best known for his role as Luke Skywalker in the series. In attendance for the Star Wars star unveiling were fellow Star Wars actor Harrison Ford and George Lucas himself.
From the White House to your house, former President Barack Obama is discussing terms with Netflix to produce a series. Obama is no stranger to Netflix as he recently appeared on the streaming service as the first subject for David Letterman's new series, My Next Guest Need No Introduction. Details of the show are yet to be finalized, and all we have to say is thanks, Obama. And we all know that Black Panther has some of the best box office numbers in history. The movie brought in over $1 billion at the worldwide box office. Within a month of the movie being shown in theaters, Marvel confirms that there will be a sequel to the movie. There is even talk of rapper Kendrick Lamar playing a villain in the sequel. We'll keep you updated on the sequel and what it will bring in the months to come.
And Kristen Wiig is going from comedy queen to super bad apple. The SNL alum will be taking on the role of evil villain Cheetah in Wonder Woman 2. Patty Jenkins, the director for the film, confirmed the news over Twitter. Filming will begin later this year with Gal Gadot reprising her role as Wonder Woman. And speaking of Wonder Woman, our Superwoman Alina went to fitness class here in Kent at the Rec. Let's check it out and see how it went.
I'm trying Boga Fit at Kent State University. This is more like a cardio. I would incorporate it for my bodybuilding because it won't build muscle. It tones your muscle and it makes you lose fat, but it doesn't make your muscle grow as much. It was my first time, so that was kind of okay, but it was super, super fun.
I don't know about anybody else, but I can barely stand up on a paddleboard when I'm on the lake. But, so I do give props to Alina though. But coming up, we have Asada Cheers in studio to talk about her new podcast. Stick around.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Grant Buford.
And I'm Andrea Gump. Today we are joined with Asada Cheers to talk about her podcast, Truth.
Premiering on Kent Wired this week, Asada talks about self-empowerment, life affirmation, and motivation. Thank you for joining us, Asada.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's an honor.
Okay. Thank you. Wow, you make us feel so important right now.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I mean, I go to Kent State University, obviously. I'm a College of Communication and Information ambassador. I am a National Association of Black Journalists community outreach director. I work at the Rec. I feel like I'm very outgoing. I love to read, I love to write, and yeah.
I have another question. Do you sleep?
Girl, yeah,
barely.
Barely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. Well, that's so awesome that you're really involved, and now you're doing something else, so we can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah.
You were busy.
Yeah.
So, about that, what inspired you to create your own podcast?
Well, I felt like there was a lack of positive media. I feel like everything's negative and everyone just tunes into negative things and it consumes our energy and we forget about the positive. So I wanted to make something that uplift viewers and uplift listeners to, you know, make them feel great within and reflect it externally. And I feel like a podcast would be the perfect outlet for that because everything that I read is like self-help books. Mm-hmm. So I figure, you know, I'm reading these books, I need to share this information. I literally take notes on every book that I read and I just translate them into my own, you know, interpretation and I share it with you guys so that you guys can, you know, see what I'm seeing and feel good.
Good. Well, this might be a tough question, but what's your favorite book?
My favorite book would have to be, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra.
Okay,
yeah.
I love that.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's dope.
Have you read like The 4 Agreements?
The 4 Agreements by Miguel Ruiz.
I don't know, I never read it.
Yeah, I read it. That sounds familiar.
But like I've always been told to read it and it sounds really good. So.
Yeah.
Maybe something you could look into.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should just read the book.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, read it. Might as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, tell us a little bit about your podcast, how you got the idea, the logo, everything. We want to know all the details.
So the idea, honestly, like I watch Oprah. I know that sounds like cliche, but it's Oprah.
Love her.
And I love Oprah. And I felt like she's one of the only people that has a positive outlet. And I'm not going to say I want to be Oprah, but I want it to be our generation's positive outlet.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I wanted to have like a TV show and then a podcast just seemed better for the content that I had. So we did the podcast and I just love it. So
I love listening to your podcast.
Yeah, and I just love it.
And you can tell that you're really passionate about it just by listening to your voice and seeing the look in your eyes. I love that.
Yeah. It was actually surprising that it came into fruition because I think I emailed Anna like probably in the beginning of the year and I didn't think she was gonna like take it serious or, you know, get back to me, and she actually did, it was later, but I feel like the best things come at the right times because it was at a time where I was actually not feeling my best and that like made me feel so great that she was ready for me to start airing it. Yeah.
That's unreal. So it's called Truth, right? Do you want to ask some questions about truth and the logo, how you came up with that?
Yeah, you just said it. So.
I got him.
So the logo is, it's like an ankh. An ankh is an Egyptian symbol that represents life. It represents the woman's womb, and also, you know, the man has to put a little something in there, but it's not much. We give the life. So it kind of looks like a cross. It's like a circle, and then it's like this. You guys will see it. And I felt like words of truth give life to us. You know that that song Lemon, and he's like, you know, the truth will make you mad, but it will set you free. And I felt like it's giving us life. You know, people say, oh, you give me life with your outfit. Words of truth give you life. So I wanted the ankh to be in there. I wanted to show that every word, every podcast will give you some sort of life. And then I have a sunshine over it, on top of it. And I feel like that represents the sun after the storm. So.
Wow.
That's awesome. I'm just like, wow, that is like,
honestly.
that is so inspirational. I mean, just listening to your podcast, like your first episode today before we came onto the show, just kind of getting like a better background, like it kind of re-inspired me in so many ways. It made me really excited, obviously, to meet you because it was just really empowering to hear that. But, you know, I'm not going to like get into it, but, you know, we all have like our hard days, you know, and today was just one of those days, and just hearing that just kind of reaffirmed like the things I already know. You know,
you already know. That's the best part.
Yeah, everything you're saying, I was just like, yes, like true, you know. So I love that you were speaking the truth, and also like, you know, talking about like negative media and how like that is just such a nice outlet, because like I can't even like turn on the news. Yeah. You know, because it is just so depressing, and I feel like people just need to be reminded of good, you know, of good thoughts and how to stay positive. So.
Definitely.
And you bring on inspiring people too. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. On my first episode, I brought in one of my best friends, Ile Ife Akanta. And
we love her. We love her.
She's just a bundle of like sunshine, literally. Yeah. She brought so much joy to my life, and her life inspires me. So I was like, you have to be on the first episode, dude. She was like, all right, bet. She's actually did a TEDx talk, which I think you guys hosted it.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
Do you recognize us?
Yes, I do. You guys did amazing.
We'll give you autographs after the show. No, I'm totally
definitely.
I'm
just
totally
kidding. Yes. She like, I don't know. I feel like she needed to be on the episode. The episode was Get Right Within So You Can Win, which is the first one. It focuses on internal elevation, internal stability, because we're always worried about our external, which I feel like we're all guilty of that because we're in America. So I loved how she just talked about her journey of getting internally stable.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Well, okay, so how did everything unfold, and where do you plan and create your podcast, and how do you come up with each idea for each episode?
So everything unfolded when I met Jaden, and Jaden was like, okay, you can use this room and record your podcast. And he gave me all the equipment. I finally got it down of how to put it together, you know, 5 episodes later. And from there, I had already written one script, which was my first episode script. I literally just read, I write. I look back at what I write. I have like my own book already together.
Yeah, you need to publish that. I'd read it.
It's like I'm just, buy it, girl. It's coming soon.
You know,
it's coming soon. I have like that written. So then I'll just read what I've already have written, and then I put that into an episode.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us. You can tune in to Truth on Kent Wired starting this week. Back to you, Macy and Clay.
Well, thank you for watching our show.
No, that was great.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Slowly, as I got older, you know, I increased my exposure to these things. It's just this black hole in my life. All I ever think about anymore is video games. I can't even, in my classes, I can't remember anything useful, but my head is just filled with these pointless trivia facts about video games. It's a living
Preventing wildfires. That's all Smokey wants for his 70th birthday.
party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate.